Hello, my lovelies, and welcome back. Welcome back to Lilly Loves Tarot. Today, we are going to do something very different than the norm. And basically, I'm just going to open this up to conversations, right? So, I have a topic that I want to talk about today, and it is a tarot question that I get a lot in personal readings. And that is, if the person isn't really interested, why do they keep coming back? Right? It's a question. Usually I get this question when there has been a breakup. Okay? And my client will say, the person is in and out. I made a decision, I don't want to play the game. So I hit the exit, right? I hit the exit. So I just don't want to do the back and forth anymore. Like, I'm not going back and forth with this person. I'm out. And then surely the person reappears after a period of time. Now, what's usually happening is you've invested time and energy with this particular person, and they have shown you nothing, right? And you finally make a decision that, this isn't worth my time. This isn't worth my effort. I'm not going to play with you, right? And I'm not letting you play with me. So the play on play is over. You could block the person, you could ghost the person, vice versa, and you move on, right? For those of you who are just turning in, welcome, welcome. The topic is, why do they keep coming back? Okay. So a lot of times what's happening is they had a roster, all right? They had people on play, and you were in the mix. So they wanted to keep you activated. So a lot of times what happens in these scenarios, you don't know you're getting breadcrumbed, okay? You really don't know. You don't know about the roster. You don't know about all of these other individuals that they have a play on, okay? So they have a fan club. And you thought you were a priority. You thought that you were the one. And then you find out that, no, you just want to keep me hanging on a string. So when you decide to stop playing the game, they go quiet, they disappear. But it's really, they're on pause, right? So they're on pause because they're trying to test your boundaries on what you will accept and what you won't accept. Okay? Will you fold your hand, right? Or will you keep going and paying for another round? So a lot of times when this happens, you're thinking, well, they're really gone. I don't have to deal with them anymore. It's over. But what you don't realize is that they've just kind of put you on the shelf, and they plan on circling back around. Okay. So they usually are rerouting the scheme, and they're going through different people. I want to get the most for the least. So it's really a game of elimination. right? So they got a list and they're just doing a process of elimination. And they're checking, usually going to check people off. They have people in categories. Now, let me just explain how intricate this is. Let me just give some background to how a lot of these players work. Okay. This is so interesting. They usually have a book, okay, of exes, wannabes, never will be, people that they got on the fence, okay, and they actually categorize them and prioritize them, like literally. And so it's their book I call of fans. And actually, the book of fans, if they have a social media account, okay, the fans are right there on social media, but they're hidden. Okay. So they will tell you that they're just friends, they're acquaintances, they're people that they've worked with, blah, 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 blah. Right. But what you don't know is that a lot of these people have been activated, even if they are in other relationships. Okay. But they are still in play. That's what you don't understand. That means that they are still communicating, hooking up, still attached. Some of these individuals can be married, cohabitating with someone, doesn't matter. They are still operating with this person on some level. But you don't know that. Okay? So usually what I'm told from my clients is that they will circle back around. All right? They're going to come back around. So the question usually is for the reading, why do they keep coming back? They had an opportunity, they blew it. I used to be interested, or, I'm still attracted to the person, but they're not available. So I just don't want to be bothered. Well, they keep coming back because usually what happens is it didn't work out. They didn't get what they wanted from the person that they were chasing. Okay. They thought the grass was greener with someone else other than you. They overplayed their hand, right? Somewhere else. And they got burned. So now they're going back through the roster, going through a process of elimination of who they can keep on the hook, who they have to eliminate, cross out, basically. And that usually means this person is just going to take too much work, take too much time, take too much effort. So it's the path of least resistance, basically. If you have made it clear, not just with your words, but with your actions, that you have boundaries, you know your value, you're not going to do the play on play, right? You're not going to let them drag you down the street of insecurity. I don't know. Let's wait and see. You're doing none of that. And you completely cut them off. You block them on everything that you have. You have eliminated any loopholes, really, for them to get in touch with you. I mean, people can always find ways, but you have made it very clear that you have cut off all access. That's a challenge for them. For some of them, it ignites the passion, so to speak, right? Because most people usually want what they can have. Okay. So once you go there and you eliminate the access that you previously gave them, it gives them a rush of a feeling that, oh, okay, they are cutting me off. That's not how this works. So it becomes more and more and more of a challenge to get to you. Okay. So they will let it ride for a little while. But if they were really attracted to you, if they actually really liked you, they will circle back around. But it's also about ego and winning at all costs. So they will come back around to test you. Because you will be feeding their ego if you take them back, if you give them any access at all. And for some situations, it's just the simple acknowledgement that you unblock them. It's about control. It's about manipulation. It's about winning. Okay? So you have to understand, any kind of acknowledgement to these types of people is winning. They feel like they've won. It's not about genuine connection. It's not about, I made a mistake. It's not about I was in a bad place. It's about volume. How many people can I get on the roster? Because they don't get validation from within, they get validation from outside. So just a footnote on why they keep coming back. Yeah, that's why they keep coming back. But it's up to you if you want to give them access. Just a little thoughts, just some things to think about. So again, let's keep the conversation going. Just some tips. Think about it. Oh, Lilly here. I will be back and we will discuss more topics in the tarot. Take care, my lovelies.